Good morning. Good morning. Hello, everybody, or good evening if you're on the other side of the world. And welcome to this morning's Messages of Love from Above. Before we get started, if you're enjoying having these free readings and you enjoy our get togethers here, if you give the video a little thumbs up, it does help spread the Zen love and you get to be part of the love tsunami that we send out to the world. And it's totally free, which is the best price, right? It does help spread, the YouTube algorithm will want to send my videos to other people as well. So if you want to do that, really appreciate that. All right. If you are new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome, welcome, first of all. Hey, Supernova. and We've got a great group of people, huge hearts, wonderful senses of humor, which is very important. Just get my desktop all set up here too while I'm doing that. And If you want to know how the readings work, all the information is listed in the description box of the video. But basically, I go down in order, first come, first serve for the free readings. And if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that as an energy exchange. And I step out of the free readings, dive deeper into those, pulling more cards, and then I return back to the free readings. So that is how it works. Heads up, we do have a Sagittarius new moon coming up on the 12th. Here is a video that I have for a pick a card, which asks, what new knowledge is rising within you, Sagittarius energy, bringing that up. And then also how you can make the most of your 10 new moon wishes. So be sure to check that out because we do have 10 wishes every single new moon. All right. Also, if you haven't checked out the monthly drawing video, this video has the winners from November. And I'm not going to have the regular kind of monthly um, drawings going forward. I'm going to kind of just go by what I'm inspired to do. And in this one, it talks about, because I just announced that I'm starting past life readings to the public, you can enter for a chance to win a 30-minute free past life reading. I can do two things at once sometimes. Here's the video of the announcement of the past life readings if you want to know what comes with one. And they're half off, introductory rate until the end of the year. So you can get a half-hour reading for $10, 10 US dollars, and an hour reading for $25. So if you're interested, check out those links. All right, I think that was everything I wanted to mention here at the beginning. And we do have some donations, so we will get started. Hey, Dollface Diva, DK, Spiritual Journey Tarot. The house is full. Hey, VD. So welcome, welcome, everyone. Shout out to Dijona, one of my YouTube members. Name appears in green with a little badge. And if you're interested in supporting the channel, which allows me to do these free readings, all that information is in the description box too. I have two. I have a Zen Cricket, which is, I think, is it $3.99, $2.99? I can't remember. Oh my gosh. It's in the information in the description box of the video. But if you do my praying mantis, which is $7.99 a month, after every one of these free readings, I go and have a special session for about an hour with all of my praying mantis members where we pull past life readings and we do oracle readings, tarot readings. We even have a Q&A on Thursday nights for 2 hours where we connect with spirit and ask any questions, even about me and my life. We also are currently reading Tapping into Wealth, which is about tapping and creating that. So we do growth and everything in those too. So if you're interested, all that is in the description box too. All right. So let's get the party started. Hope everyone had an amazing weekend. And let's take a look here. All right, scroll, scroll, scroll. There we go. All right. So Supernova, thank you for your multiple donations. You help so much. You donate quite often, and I definitely appreciate that. And you definitely help the channel out. All right. So let's give your first donation some love here. And looks like your first question here is, what is on its way for you? I'm going to continue to use the Tarot of Dreams for the donations, and I think it's Las Muertas tarot for the free readings when I get to those. All right. So let's take a look here. What is on its way for you? Let's take a look. All right. What does Spirit want you to know? Okay. So those two, let's take a look. What do we got going on here? There's like this array of things happening here. You definitely do. um, so you got, oh, it looks like a butterfly. That's what it is. You got two cards that came out like this, like wings, and three in the middle, which is interesting. So we're going to start with the middle because that's like the body. The caterpillar retains some of its form when it becomes a butterfly in like the middle section. The rest of the wings are an expansion and a transformation of its life. So let's take a look here and see. Okay. Wow. So you have um three major arcana for the middle. And so we'll start here. So you got the justice card, which is balancing out of your truth. So you're continuing here with this ace of swords here in the middle. We balance out the scales with that, which is, connecting to the capital T truth of the higher realms. And the more you're seeing things from this higher perspective of the butterfly, right? You're also cutting away some small teachers that no longer serve you. And that's so perfect for what we were just talking about, which is, um, you know, uh, cutting away what is not needed of the caterpillar anymore to become the butterfly. We always retain some of it, but it's a transformation. And you have the full card too, which is all about new beginnings that are coming in here. And I love this because it's the new beginning, it's the new journey like a butterfly does. And so there is this significant transformation that's coming here. And let me just make this a little PG. I forget that these cards have a little bit of nakedness on it, which YouTube does not appreciate. But you got the temperance card in here, which is the balancing and going back and forth between the two cups, which is Sagittarius energy. I mean, you can see up here in the corner, that's the Sagittarius sign over here. And this is the season now. And this is the season of change, the season of transformation. We even have the winter solstice coming up later this month when it goes from Sagittarius into Capricorn. And you get to go into the summer solstice in the southern hemisphere. But it is a time, the winter summer solstice, we get to kind of glean from both energies on both sides of the hemisphere. We have the winter here, which is the dying of things, and the summer is like the abundance of things, right? Spring is things sprout, but summer is where the big growth happens. So here comes this beautiful transformation that's coming in here. Now let's look at the wings and see what's coming in here. Yeah, 38 degrees Celsius. What is that in Fahrenheit? Yeah, we're America. We don't know what's Celsius. I know what, like 0 degrees for you guys is freezing. Ours is 30. So is that what in the 70s? I don't know. Yeah, I'm a winter baby, so I love that. So let's take a look here. Wow, yeah. So you have this balancing coming in here with the 2 of coins, the 2 of pentacles in the outside world. And then you also have here this 10 of cups, which is, this full and overflowingness that comes in with the your emotions. So I like this. There's this, with the tempering, that's like balancing and going back and forth and patience as things unfold. And I feel like with the 2 of pentacles, this balance of the outside world, there is in some of the 2 of pentacles, it shows like this infinity symbol that goes like this, which is the cycle of we experience the lower world and we also expand to the higher world and we experience the lower world. And I like this transformation, this it's like this acceptance of, you know what, I am going to experience the human life and emotions and all that stuff because I'm human and I came down here. Sometimes when we're going through enlightenment and discovering more and more about our higher self, we're like, well, I'm not supposed to be human anymore. It's like, no, it's a heightened experience, like which is like the three stages of the cocoon. Excuse me. It starts off as the caterpillar, the human, unaware that it's anything bigger, crawling along the ground, eating leaves. So we're doing our fear-based experiences. Then we go into the cocoon and we discover we're more and we expand, and pieces of us fall away, and others of us, other parts, we're realizing, wow, I'm so much more than a caterpillar. And then we um escape, we transform and leave the cocoon, leaving the cocoon behind. We don't throw it on the back of us, on the back of our shoulder and fly around with it. You don't see a butterfly carrying the cocoon with it. It leaves what no longer serves it behind, and then it goes on this new journey, a new creation. It's a joining together of our higher self and our human self. And I feel like this is a big piece of what is coming towards you, is this coming in here. Yeah. Yeah, because here's the Two of Cups, which is your relationship with your higher self, and the Queen of Cups, being in tune with your emotions, but she's very intuitive, very in tune with her empathic abilities. So I love this. It's a beautiful journey, and I like the twos on each side, which is the balancing out of things too. Realizing it's like embracing your humanity. Yeah, right? Organic, natural, just allowing things to unfold and allow things to go forward with that. So it's like somehow we think, oh, a spiritual ego is what, you know, comes in. We're in this human ego like this. It's like a little hand puppet, and it's like it's, fear-based. It's making us want to do things, and all this human experience. We become spiritual. It's like, oh no, ego, I can't listen to you anymore. And that goes down, and suddenly this other one appears, and we're like, oh, who are you? And this is the spiritual ego, which is just another sock puppet. It's like, oh, okay. And it tells us, oh, well, you've got to do this now that you're this human. You got to do this because of this, blah blah blah. And there's this transformation when we realize, oh, it's still my ego trying to become something else, and it's still caught up in the human side of things. But I love this beautiful joining together, in that it's like we can walk hand in hand with our human and our higher self, because our higher self does complete our human self. We don't destroy our ego, we complete it, and then walk hand in hand through life for a different experience. Like the butterfly flutters and is able to go do things from a different perspective. It seems like a whole new creature as well, right? So I like that. That is what is coming there for you. And hey, Johanna, shout out to another one of my YouTube members. Thank you so much for being here. And I do see you made a donation, so we'll be to you here in just a moment. Thank you. Good to see you. And let's take a look here. All right, so that is for that one. And then let's give your second donation some love here. And your next question was a reading to help you understand yourself better. All right. So let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know right now that I'll help you understand? Like you're human, I feel, your human character. And even if they want to help you understand your spiritual self, we'll take whatever they want here. Wow. So starting off, palaces are unique to this deck. Palaces are not normally present in tarot decks. So this is unique, and these are about safe spaces and building these things. You've got a Palace of Swords, which is creating a safe space to communicate with and to pursue higher knowledge. And the Palace of Wands, a safe space for you to express your passion as well. So I like the combination that comes in here, because with this dream or this mission that you have in your soul to communicate to the world, your passion, here's your passion, communicating it, creating this safe space. And I feel like, there's more to you than just music and sharing that with the world, but they're like it's what you do. It's like for me, sharing messages from spirit, it's just who I am. It's just my being, and I can't imagine me not doing this. It's like it's such a part of who my existence, and I feel like they're telling you that is like it's your North Star. It's when you look at a compass and you're going to direction. If you have your compass and you keep your eye on your compass, when we start drifting off, we're like, oh, nope, gotta I course correct and go back, because if I get drawn into things that I'm investing energy and money and time into that aren't for, where I want to go and what I want to do, that I know brings me joy and makes my heart feel full, makes your heart sing, right? Literally. It's like, wow, we can do that, right? Yeah. So, understanding yourself more, the more you spend here with the hermit, which is us making sure we're spending time away from all of the noise and chaos of the outside world. And the lantern has the star in it from the star card, which comes later in the major arcana, which is your higher self, connecting to your higher self and spiritual posse and spirit, allowing them to guide you on your journey too. So building this relationship with them here is an important thing. In the Five of Cups, this is what helps transform. Again, the Five of Cups comes out a lot when we're talking about getting to know yourself and getting to know your life purpose and how you want to express it, because that is the essence, of like mine is the Five of Pentacles, which is helping. It's like even in my birth chart, it's all about, I've got so many planets in the second house of Taurus, which is about worth and self-worth, that a big piece of my journey is to help people understand, because I've learned this for me, my own worth and who I really am, connecting, remembering how powerful we are. And yours is the Five of Cups, which is helping people know that the sadsies and all the lower vibrational energies of emotion are beautiful in their own way. It's like the desert. Some people see the desert and they're like, "Oh, it's awful. It's hot. It's arid. It's compared to a lush forest or a jungle or whatever." But even the desert has beauty in it. I lived in Las Vegas for a year when I was younger, a couple years ago, southern Utah, and it all has its own beauty. When you see the sunrises and sunsets and the creatures that walk amongst, in the deserty type of things, it's like there is this message that as you discover your, energies and um, you know, of your own lower vibrational emotions, and you transform it. The Two of Cups behind it is about the power of emotional choice. And there is this the more you embrace your lower vibrational emotions and meditate and question on them, accept them, feel them, flow through them, and then you're able to transform them. And I feel that's what you do here with this too. Yeah. If have you ever seen the movie Inside Out? Is it Inside Out? I think that's Inside Out. It's a Pixar. I think it's Pixar or Disney. It's one of those where shows the four emotions that are within this little girl as she, as they move to a big city and move and everything. Yeah, yeah. So it's the sad, the blue one. It's like they think, oh, you're not supposed to feel that way, but there's an importance of the sad blue, the blue, the blue character, right? And even the for the fiery, oh, actually, I think there's five, because isn't there a skinny little one too? I forget what they are, but but they're all these emotions, and that they're all important. But a big piece is you understanding those emotions and sitting with them, but the whole thing that you even your songs and your life represents is not rejecting those anxiety. Okay, thanks. Oh, yeah, that's right. They're all so embracing those emotions, feeling them, flowing through them, and then transforming them. And I feel like that's your life, and that's what comes out in your music and what you communicate in both music and song. And I feel like there's other stuff that you do too, whether it's, interviewing or whatever. Eventually, you or a book or something, you do share transform how you've transformed your life, and I like that. Yeah. All right, and here we go. So you got Palace, Palace, and then you have Ace, Ace. So new opportunities of sharing your emotion that will be coming up here. And yeah, absolutely, right? It's absolutely a reflection of that. And so, yeah, understanding yourself better. I just feel like, um, this is how you understand yourself better, is realizing that your goal isn't to, you know, like, this end result of changing the world or whatever. It's like you focus in on your front door. It's like there's a German proverb of sweep in front of your own door. So you're focusing on you, transforming you, and then you're allowing music to be a tool to help transform your emotions, feel them, sit in them, flow through them, transform them. And then you start sharing those songs and it starts helping people. Just like you said, it's kind of organic. It just happens. So the take the pressure off trying to get to and allow yourself the space to journal, to write songs, to write lyrics, to play music, to interact with others, and just allow it to flow and organically move forward. And that's what I feel like they have here. Very cool. I love that. Wow. But a beautiful, safe space. You're creating this safe space where you just feel comfortable being vulnerable and sharing your emotions with others, through song and music and other ways eventually. But I feel like that's you're the tool that helps you, right? All right. So that is for that one. And then your thank you for this additional donation here. And let me just scroll down here slowly so I don't go flying by it here. Okay, did I miss one? Because I see you made another one. Is that sorry. So what's on its way? Oh, I did skip over one. So I skipped over what is the ripple that you would have on others? So we'll look at that. So, wow, I just so let's talk about the ripple that you will have on others. Kind of started into it a little bit. Um, Maybe that's why they had me skip. Oh, that makes total sense because they wanted you to know more about you, and then that ripples out to others. So once you are starting to share this music with others, and this is how it unfolds here. And so step by step by step, there's like three cards that are kind of like doot doot doot, and then you have one, and then you have three that are like fanned out. So let's see what this is here. Yeah, so you do have the Ace of Wands, which is ignition of passion, of energy within them, and power. There's this empowerment that comes in here because, and that is huge. Our power of choice is such a life changing thing when we are able to realize that I'm the one, like, especially that chooses my emotions, that no one can make me mad, make me sad, make me angry, whatever. People are just doing things on the outside world, but I'm making a choice every moment between lower and higher vibration emotions and thoughts and energy and actions. But yours is all about the emotion and you're empowering people. And so when you're communicating the power of feeling your emotions and owning your own emotions and feeling your emotions and transforming your emotions, a huge empowerment is what ripples, out among people is like, wow, wow, I love that. Yeah. And the Wheel of Fortune. So It is beneficial for you in a lot of ways, evidently here, which we like. But this also, the ripple effect on others is that the message of the Wheel of Fortune is that everything does unfold for us, and that sometimes our human has trouble getting on board with that. How is, this person cheating on me for me, But eventually we see it, and that's the tune of For You. So it's the For tune. Hey, maybe that's the name of a song, the For tune. Write it down. You can have that. It's from Spirit for you. But it is, everything happens for us, even though we can't see it at the moment. Eventually, our human will see it, or we'll realize it when we're back on the other side. But the fortune is a very, um, again, another empowering type of awareness that you spread, is that life is for you. It's the fortune. I like this. Yeah, and then here's the two of coins we talked about with part of your butterfly wings, which is, cycles, and you teach people that it's okay to feel what we're feeling, and experiencing what we're experiencing. So I love these that come in here together. It's like, all right, you're sharing this cycles and this wonderment that happens here, and that it's okay, to, it's almost like life is a spiral. And with these cycles of the outside world, sometimes we feel like we're stuck in a circle, going in circles, going, I'm not going anywhere. But when we realize we're in a spiral that moves up and up and up, that's why things feel familiar. And I feel like I like this, energy of, it's okay, when we feel like we're going in circles, just realize, um, we're always with ourselves. And so if you walk up, like, if you ever seen like these museums and buildings that just have a ramp that slowly goes up to different floors, there's a movie that I saw where they had a museum like that, and they just had, paintings all around it, and so people just slowly would go up. But if you were with yourself and you went up a floor, it doesn't feel like you've gone very high. But after you've, like, walked for a while, if you had closed your eyes and someone took you up there and then you looked over, you're like, "Whoa, look how far I've come." And so I love that, kind of energy that comes in there. So I like it, I like it, I like it. And then you have the 9 of Pentacles. And this is, an impact here. This is, here's the 9 is the hermit's journey, and that's spirit here. This person's in a garden, but this is about discovering their worth and relationship to the outside world in a different way. And again, all this empowerment allows you to touch people that are hermiting themselves, people who are reclusing themselves and have pulled back. And I like this because, like you said, you feel like you are, a been a hermit all your life, and I feel like you're like, you know sharing that within your music and within interviews and whatever you have, where you're like, hermits unite, alone at home by yourself, but you're helping people, communicating, and it's almost like they have a relationship with you, you know, unknowingly to you, right? But you speak so much to them, that they feel like you know them, and like they feel like they know you, and I love that. All right, and that was the middle one, and then boom, 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 the ending here. Let's take a look here. Yeah, I love it. So definitely shining bright here with the Sun card. So, being a source of light for people. The Six of Coins is about balancing of the outside world, and we have the racy Temperance card again coming in. All this balancing of life, and you just shine bright here. So I love it. Yeah, and it all starts with your relationship with you, and I love that. All right. So that is what they have for you, Supernova, for that one, and I do see I think you had another one, so we'll get down to there in a momentito. So thank you again for your multiple donations there. All right, and then all right, and thank you, Cambria. I do see your Cash App came through, so, I do have that, so I'll get to you here in a little bit as well. All right. So, Johanna, thank you so much for your donation. Give that some love there. And I saw your question down here. So, want to know, hi, first of all, was it Jay that drove by your house today? What's his perspective on how things were left between us? All right, let's take a look here. All right. And then what's his perspective here? All right. Okay. Okay. So with your first question, was it them that drove by? We had the Page of Coins, which is new movement in the outside world. This doesn't feel like a yes for me. This feels like no, they're off doing other things in their outside world. So that's like an other, like they're off new stuff is what they're doing. So they didn't do a drive by like shoo. But let's see what their perspective is here of what's going on here. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's why that one was there. So one card came out and it didn't feel like it belonged with the others because this is like the underlying energy that they're going through, which is, the devil card here. So his perspectives, his cage is being rattled and shaken here. He's in this cage, but he's realizing this is a time of their life where they're questioning their thoughts, their beliefs, their mindsets, their attitudes, their expectations around things, these beliefs they've had their entire life. And this is the underlying reason why what happened between the two of you and how things were left was left that way on purpose so that they are in this super reflective period because these cards came out together here, which are the Palace of Cups. Palaces are unique to this deck. The Palace of Cups is like this, they're in the depths, deep depths of their emotions. Like this is for this is representing their subconscious. And here's the 10 of Swords. They're facing a lot of their fears. That's that Capricorn devil energy, Saturn energy, which is all their thoughts, beliefs, and mindsets that don't serve them anymore. And they're facing this kind of people pleasing in a way that they were, trying to get out of that. So I see that here, um, that this is how they feel it was left. They're very much in their mind, very deep into their emotions. So it definitely shook them, and it may not have seemed like it was such a big thing, but it's almost like as they say, the feather that breaks the camel's back. There's all this stuff on the camel, and finally, their legs are shaky, and then someone puts a feather, and they just collapse. It's like that's the thing that has shaken it here, which is good because they are on this journey here of trying to find. This knight is on a quest of trying to find their worth and relationship to the outside world in a different way. But it's also slowest moving night out of them all. And they're headed off onto this new journey with the Fool card, which is the first card in the major arcana. Last card being the World card, ending of old cycles, beginning of something new. And that's what's happening here. All of this shaking and rattling of old ways is what falls away as they move into the Fool's journey, which is one that is more free from restrictions and all of the cage that their all these thoughts and beliefs had their heart in, where they feared rejection, they feared failure, they feared being abandoned, all these things that were created throughout their, especially with that Palace of Cups, the emotions, their earlier emotional child years of 7 years and younger. They had a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts that were created because they didn't want to feel emotions they had before. And I feel like they didn't get a whole lot of positive reinforcement, but when they did, they created a ton of rules around that to feel that again because they didn't want to feel the punishment and all of that. I almost feel like they had middle child syndrome where no offense to any middle children, but middle children have a tough time because the oldest gets a lot of attention, the baby gets a lot of attention, and the little one in the middle is competing for that. And they usually end up going, you know what? There's a lot of negative attention, a lot of negative energy that's no one's competing for. I can have as much of that as I want. And so they learn attention is attention, even if it's negative. And I feel like that's a lot of this transformation that they're going through here. But um, I feel like they're very much in their head and their heart, and they're trying to figure some things out. I feel like they're having some ahas and they're realizing because I don't feel like with you is the first time, however, this is unfolded, like this is the first time. I feel like they're going, again? Why does this keep happening to me? And they're like, well, you know what? There's a common denominator in all of these, and it's me. And so I feel like they're kind of having some epiphanies that are going on, but I don't feel like they're a person that goes back. And again, I just feel like they're pulled in so much into their mind and so much into their deep heart. I just feel like they're have ostracized themselves from the outside world, kind of pulled back from the world right now. So hopefully that makes sense and resonates. But that's what they have for you, Johanna. So many blessings to you. And thank you again for your donation. All right. And then Supernova, let me give your additional donation some love here. And let's see here. Let me scroll up a little bit here. Let me see. So that was that one. Let me just find the next question. All right, there. So what do your guides say about the situation with your mom? What is their insight and any guidance towards it? Mamacita. All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what's going on with Mamacita. All right. Okay, wow. So you got so that's 6 cards in the middle. Okay, I feel like it's okay. She got 1 card, 3 cards, 3 cards, 1 card. So this is gonna be the mirror and the 2 sides of the situation. They're gonna give you a skinny on uh perspectives from both sides. You're welcome, Johanna. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the 6 of cups, which childhood, but also past life connections. So there's more than to what's going on here than this lifetime between the two of you two. You've had lifetimes before together, and you have been you've been your mom's mom in a past life, and I feel like there's this wonderful switcheroo in this lifetime where you wanted to see things from this perspective, right? Yeah. So there is this, you know, there is this emotional energy that bubbles beneath the both of you from past lives that are coming in here. So you were mom in a past life, and we can always look at that sometime too to see what that life was like with you as their mom. But in this lifetime, she wanted to see it from the perspective of, instead of being your daughter, I want to be the mom and you get to be the daughter. And you're like, yeah, I definitely want that too. So let's do that, right? So I like this. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see the 2 sides of the coin here. All right. And okay, yeah. So this is you on the left. Let's see what's coming on here. Okay. And then she's on the right-hand side. All right. So that's so damn weird. I know. It's amazing when we look at everything and going, what? And it makes sense where I feel like I feel like you recognize this emotion though, because I feel like sometimes you feel like the adult, and that's when you're connecting to some past life emotion that's underneath there, some past life experiences. You're just like, I feel like I'm the adult and you're the child. And it's like, well, they were at one point here. So so they do want to show you both sides of the coin. And so first of all, they're going to show her side here. So her side here, she has conflict going on inside her in her mind. You got the 5 of swords, which is her heart and her mind are battling, going back and forth. And you know, what's below the surface of all of that, two of the cards are the Sun card and the Palace of Cups. This is both of these can represent the subconscious, deep, deep emotion that's flowing there. If she's a water sign or has a water moon, especially, there's a ton of emotion. She's like a fountain of emotion, and I feel like she can blaze hot, and but there's subconscious. This, Leo energy has the inner child that's down below here. So both of those represent that here, and I can see why, with this Leo energy below the surface that she can heat up. Like it's almost like they're showing me like a cat. If you ever pet a cat, they can be purring one moment, and then if you look away and suddenly they're biting your hand, you're like, "What happened?" You touch the attack you spot. It's like, "Whoa, what happened?" And so, she has fears. She has this, the Page of Swords. She's in the process of discovering what are her fears and protecting her small T truths. She's got a lifetime of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts that she has been defending all her life. And so it's difficult for her not to become defensive and for her to, you know, here comes the sun. Oh no. It's like Inside Out, that little fire guy, right? They're just like suddenly they're like, what? And the flames shooting out of their head. And so, um, just know that there's all this going on there, and their reaction has nothing to do with you. This is their triggers. And so their response to things is them. And, but on your side, below your surface here, where they have the Page of Swords, you have the Queen of Swords. You're balancing your heart and your mind. And you have the Chariot and the Seven of Swords. So you are in the process of discovering your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that have deceived you, made you feel, like you had lost things in the past. And you have the Chariot card. Here's this power of choice we were talking about earlier, and what you're learning about your own emotions. Um, these are perfect transformations that unfold with this here, because you know she's being a mirror for you and you're being a mirror for her, and you can't control what she sees and how she reacts. You can just control when she flips out and you start to go and these feelings start ripping and triggering inside of you. Rather than go into battle with her, um you're learning that, wait, I don't have to do this, and that you realize that this fast is good, because usually it's months and years later people realize, when they've had arguments with people, that you want to inquire about it and whatever. Usually we just blame the other person, and then we keep blaming the other person and blaming the other person and everyone else we're getting in arguments with. But I love that you are inquiring to understand more about why it happened, and you don't like feeling that way. Yeah, because moms don't like being in at odds with their daughters. You being the mom and her being the daughter, and her being the mom and you being the daughter. So you can relate to this here. And your main card was the Eight of Coins, Eight of Pentacles, which is you learning, you moving from apprentice to a master. And so this is part of your learning process, and you're learning by experience. And so you can even go, okay, what was I afraid of? Kind of step out from their reactions and look at all their stuff as simply words being said and things being done, and try to step away from the story that you're applying to them, and then look at what you were experiencing in it, and look at your like, what are my fears, what triggered within me, and what are these triggers, right? Yeah, exactly, because your mom. And that goes into it's funny because you're talking about your 10th house has cancer in it, which is Mother Luna, that mom energy. The Cancer sign is like the home and the children, and kind of mom energy, and very much nurturer. And it's because I feel like you've been a mother in a lot of your lives, and lifetime. Well, I mean, we're always a child, but I feel like it's important for you to experience daughter in this lifetime. And but you can journal and just write what you were feeling, what was going on inside of you. And then once you understand the situation more and it's not charged so much, if you if you feel like anything that you said, um, that you truly are sorry that you said, you can, um, apologize, or try to make it, um, make it loving between, you want to make sure that she knows you love her. And like, if she died today, what would you regret her not knowing? And kind of live, not that she's going to die, I'm not predicting that. Just to clarify, but that's the mentality, is what is important, and this isn't important. And I'm sorry that I said those things, ma, and I love you. And um I'm going to try not to argue with you. I don't like fighting with you. And you can share your heart. But I love this because it is a journey here. It is, it's so funny. These are the cards that just came flying out of the deck here. Here's that Palace of Cups and the Five of Cups. Again, here's that the lessons that you're learning. This is a song, you know. It can be like the mother war, or the mother of all wars. It's like the name of a song, right? Because it is. It's like, wow. Yeah. Um, so the reflection of them after they all happen on purpose, for a purpose. It's a mirror, always showing us what we want to see about ourselves. So I feel like that's an important thing for that there. All right. So hopefully that helps, Supernova. That's what they have for you regarding that situation there. All right. So those were those there. Let me see. So let's see. Okay. So we're almost to you, Cambria. I have one more, Bumika. Thank you so much for your donation here. And let me give that some love. And let me see. Did you ask your question? Yep, up here. So, hello, hello. Can we tell you, what message does your husband have for your daughter and you? And what does he have to say for your daughter's career? Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what messages they have for you and for the career. All right. So, for you, you have the 10 of Pentacles here. And the 10 of Pentacles here is about the 10 of Pentacles usually has like two people and a child and a dog and a grandfather or ancestor and a castle and coin. And so this 10 of Pentacles is like, be happy, have a full life. This is for you, have a happy life, be full, find love again, have this fullness of life. And don't be afraid with this 10 of Pentacles. It's about abundance, enjoy abundance of life. But there's this underlying message that they're bringing in with it too, is it's ending and the 10 are like endings and beginnings and release of things. And I feel like they're saying if you need to get rid of stuff, if it's selling a home, getting rid of their possessions, selling possessions, selling something, it's getting rid of stuff. They're like, yeah, I'm not attached to any of that. That's all props in this movie. And when my part of the movie is over, you can do with what you want with the props. I'm moving on to like a different movie in a way. And so they're like, it's okay to enjoy life, to find love again, and to release things. So I like that. For you, that's specifically for you. And um, and then the middle here, we have 3 cards for your daughter, and and then there's 1 card for her career, which we'll take a look at here. So, a message from her dad is with the Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles, this is about take care of yourself. Of course, they're like, you need to take care of yourself, nurture yourself, it's such a parent advice. You need to take care of yourself better. I want to make sure that you're getting enough rest and sleep and you're you know taking care of you. Take care of yourself. And I like that very much. The 8 of Wands coming in with your daughter is that, yes, he's always talking to her, always around her. And so, you know, um, the 8 of Wands is like a ton of messages in the outside world. It can be like license plates or bumper stickers or overhearing conversations or a feather or, you know, things that make her remember him. Also, when she's not thinking about him at all and suddenly there's this memory that activates, that's him touching a memory in her brain to let her know that he is with her and he'll never leave her or you, you know. He's also giving you messages, but I feel like that he wants his daughter to know, I am talking to you. I am all over the place. Both in the physical world, the mental world, and even emotional. She feels an emotional wave that comes in or energy wave. That's them communicating, and they are talking to him nonstop with that. We have the world card too, which I feel like this, message for him is because this is the world card is the last card in the major arcana, and it's an ending of old cycles and the beginning of new cycles. And one, they want their daughter to know that you are at a transformational change in your life is about to change significantly, and it's okay to let go of the old and have a new relationship with them from the other side, but a new life too, and to free themselves from all the old stuff. And there's like this little apology of sorts from them going, I know a lot of the pressure I put on and all these rules I gave you and telling you who you're supposed to be and what for life. They're like, it's okay. I was human. I was in my fears. I was caught up in all my family history and all the stuff that was told me. They're like, be you. Don't worry about it. I love you unconditionally. There's no judgment for me at all. I'm going to love anything that you do. There's no wrong choice for your life. Go forward and be who you want to be. I love that. Let life be a new adventure for you. And then yeah, yeah, and for the career advice here, there's like saying the outside world isn't going to make you feel fulfilled. One of the big things that the King of Pentacles learns throughout their whole journey through the Pentacles suit is that when we look to the outside world for our completeness and our wholeness, it doesn't make us feel full, and it doesn't make us feel stable. It feels very unstable in the outside world because people, situations, and things, situations being job and career and everything else, doesn't stay the same. People change, people pass away, people walk away. So relationships are not a good source of our stability, of our worth. Jobs, education, social status, whatever, those things don't stay the same ever. They're constantly changing and moving. And things, our bank accounts, our possessions, our bodies break down, deteriorate, explode, stolen. So they're saying turn inward and upward and live your heart's desire. When you're choosing a career, live, don't exist. Don't try to check off and, well, this is responsible. This is what I should do and supposed to do and need to do. They're like, "Pff," they did that a lot of their lives. Your husband, and he's saying, you know, um, I can see how much what life would be so much fuller if I would have lived my dream, followed my heart, my passion, instead of doing what I felt was responsible, you know? And so I feel like that's the message for your daughter right now, Bumika. So that is what they have for you. So many blessings, and thank you again for your donation. All right. Okay, I think that was it. All right. So let's get back over here. Get to pull up my email here. All right. So Cambria, you are up. Yay. Thank you for your patience in getting to you here. And then Supernova, your additional question will be up next. And so let's. All right. Oh, thank you. So thank you for posting your question. I was about to go search for it. All right. So you'd like a love reading with you and Swift. You blocked him because you felt everything was one side instead of mutual. Will he reach back out to you, or should you just let him go? Confused. I can understand that. It's like, let's find out here. What is going on here? What does Spirit want you to know about between the two of you here? Okay. So 2 and 2, the two sides of the story here from their perspective. We'll see here in a moment. And they want this one here, this one here. And then what is unknown here? It's just one bottom thing. All right. So the energy underneath the situation that's happening, there is this balancing of heart and mind that's coming in here. So I see, it's like your mind is battling with your heart, and that's where the confusion is coming in, because it's like going back and forth. Your heart is like, but I love him. Your mind's like, yeah, but he's a jerk. And then it's one-sided, right? And your heart goes, but I love him and I want to be with him. And the mind's like, no, rah. And so there's this battling that's happening inside your heart. So between your heart and your mind. So this is where the confusion is coming in and where the balancing will be coming in. So let's take a look here. Okay. And we will take a look. All right. Yeah. And let's see what these are here. All right. And that's the emotional confusion. Yeah. Ultimately, getting right to the point here, I feel like you should let them go. And I'll tell you why here, because their point of view of things is they're doing this tree of life. The tree of life is a card that's specific to this deck too, which is about the journey of our lives and the unfolding of our lives. And it just feels like this complexity of their life, of so much stuff that's going on. But I do see here with the 3 of Cups, for me, if I had like a lot of other joyful cards and all this stuff, that would be joy and celebration. Or if it was a spiritual thing, it'd be your higher self and your posse. But when we're talking about relationships and with this kind of energy, this means there's 3-party situations going on where they're, you know, interested in more than one party. And I feel like they are all over the place. Um, so I feel like what a great um connection you have with your gut instinct, your intuition, your empathic abilities, because I feel like you picked up on it, all of this, because your side of it is you've got the moon card here, which is connecting to your deep, you know, um, energy in there. And the Empress here is about nurturing yourself, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and, new beginnings and things in here. So I definitely um, feel like you were right on the money with your intuition, picking up on all this. And I like it because, again, there's all this emotional confusion that's coming in, and you were picking up on all of their different emotions going, "What is this? Why, why what, I'm picking up like there's all this varying emotion in them. What's going on?" It's because they've got emotions and feelings for so many things and so many people with that. And let me see, I got to cover this. These cards are not PG, some of them. So we'll do it like this. So you got the 3 of coins and the star card. And I like this energy for you because this is like spirit saying, be true to your authentic self. Don't dim your light. Don't shrink. Don't try to be, stand your ground like you have been and be who you want to be. And you're like, you know what? This isn't working for me because you do have the star card, which is like a dream come true. You have this desire of what you deserve and who you want to be with and who you want to be and what you want your life to be. And they're saying, stay true to that because um, you are so in tune with your heart and with your emotions. And I know sometimes it can suck, right? Because you can pick up a lot of people's emotions and things, and I had to learn because a deep I have a ton of water in my chart and a ton of Pisces, which allows you to feel everyone's emotions, and sometimes you have to kind of allow people to feel what they're going to feel because um if they don't communicate it, okay, So if someone gets angry and they're working through it on their own, if I call them out on their anger, it's not fair. They're like, "Hey, stay out of there. I'm working through that. I'm not putting it on you. So let me work on it myself." Okay, sorry. Yeah, basically. Absolutely, Cambria. And, with and going forward in the future, trust your gut and trust your instinct. When the spidey sense goes off and you're just like, there's something not right here, trust it because you definitely were right on the money with what Spirit's saying here. So, yeah, just be like, that's okay. I deserve someone like me, like not me, but like you, like I deserve someone like me that's open and communicative and engaged and thinks I'm special like I think they're special and not insecure enough, blah blah blah. So, yeah, I like it. You are very welcome. And thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. Hang in there, Cambria. Hang in there. All right. Scroll, scroll, scroll. All right, so Supernova, and then we have Rose up next after that. So Supernova, give that donation some love there. Thank you again for your additional donation. Messages from the Creator or Jesus, the Christ consciousness. Let's take a look here. All right. Too funny. I know I shouldn't comment when I'm seeing the cards, but this is great. Oh yeah. Okay. So I do feel like it's the Christ consciousness, which when we talk about Jesus, they were and not to offend anyone who has Christianity as their belief, um, but you know, the Buddha and Jesus and Muhammad and a lot of all these beings that were connected with spirit and sharing and filling up and overflowing with the unconditional love to the world, they ascended masters and people, these spiritual beings that wanted to be a part of helping evolve and move the love energy of the planet higher and higher. um we have those individuals, and but they're not, we're like, oh, they're mightier than us. No, we're all equal. Even Jesus in, well, according to the Christian Bible, that's the other thing is like, we don't know what actually they said and did. We only know what people reported on. It's like listening to the news these days. Well, they wrote it down, but is that really what happened, or is that someone's perspective? So it's like putting all of the history behind us and having a unique relationship and getting to know them as them, not what was reported on them, right? And I do feel it's the Christ consciousness, this the Jesus coming through because of this card. That's what I cracked up kind of in the beginning because I immediately saw, my mom had an old Bible, that old picture, I had like pictures in it. And one of them looked like this, except it was just Jesus walking through a door with a bright light. And so it was like, oh, it is. So it is the, this is a message from the, like the ascended master known as Jesus. And then I cracked up because the energy on the bottom of the deck is the devil. and and the reason I laughed is because they it's like one of the messages they wanted to bring is like, the this good and bad and devil and God and heaven and hell and all that. They're like, that's of the human, that's not of the heavenly realms. That's not of, you know. So if you think of unconditional love, if the you have to decide at some point in our life that is the love from the creator of all things conditional or unconditional? And if you were a parent, which you were, mom, but if we are parents, would we really want to punish our children to that extent for eternity in a place of torment and gnashing of teeth and all that? I always had a hard time because I grew up in, well, not grow up, but Christianity from like 13 to 20, 29, about 16 years. Is that 16 years? I think so, if my math is right. And it never set right with me. I couldn't, feeling the love of the creator going, how can it be conditional? And even Jesus dying on the cross for our sins never sat right with me, even though that was like the foundation of a lot of what people were saying. I was like, well, I believe that big if, the creator of all things created beings and gave them free will, and then if they didn't choose what the creator wanted, that he would punish them. That's almost like an abusive father, and I'd be like, "No, that's not the creator I know." That's why I call it creator instead of God, because I have this judgmental, lower vibrational energy around, you know, the Christian God that I was introduced to, because I feel this beautiful, unconditionally loving, energy from the creator. So that's why I cracked up with those. So let's see. The three cards in the middle are their message for you here. So let's see what we have here. All this nakedness. Oh my gosh. I'll try to cover these up because you got the temperance and the star card. So, but the first card that comes out here is the King of Coins. Of course, Christ, they call him the King of Kings. And I love this here. We've got these you know, um the big one of the big things that we just talked about kind of with the the King of Pentacles is that they learn about worth and self-worth and the foundation of our worth. And when we are looking and we believe the outside world and everything that we're taught about good and bad growing up, that's where our low self-worth comes in. But when we grow tired of being disappointed in the outside world or feeling like a disappointment because we can't meet up to this long list of contradictory supposed to's and shoulds and need to's and have to's and musts. That's why there's wars and battles in the world. Everyone has a different opinion about how something is supposed to be and not be. And these people want it this way, these people want it this way, and then we're caught in the middle feeling like we're failures. But we move inward and upward eventually, and that's where we find that unconditional eternal love of the creator. It never ends, and there's nothing we can do to lose it, because there's not one condition. It's unconditional. And when we decide that, and because we it's either going to be one or the other. Either there's one condition or a billion conditions. That makes it conditional. It just takes one condition to make love conditional. That changes the whole game. But when you realize it's unconditional and that they don't have judgment and there's this freedom and they think we're priceless, we're perfect in the sight of that world because they don't have any expectations to disappoint and fail at. They think of us as perfect beings because we are. The all the rules and the comparison and the contrast are of the human world, which is for the game, which is for this giant amusement park of fear rides that we come in here for. So pricelessness is such an important piece, that you are priceless in my sight. There is no judgment. I didn't die for anyone's sin because there is no such thing as sin on the other side. There's just unconditional love. And so there's no judgment. There's no looking at something as small and inferior and broken. It's just an adventure. And so when we realize all that, then that's what, can be life changing too. And then we have the temperance card again coming in, this balancing out the Sagittarius energy here again. Know that, as you're transforming into this beautiful butterfly, that the things that are falling away are not because, the caterpillar isn't bad. It's just different than the butterfly. And the caterpillar is necessary before the butterfly can happen. And so not to be harsh on the caterpillar side of your existence is such an important piece of that. And let me see here. Let's see if I'll do it this way. There we go. And then you have the star card. And the star card, of course, represents connecting to your higher self. And the superstar, of course, cannot see that. In your eyes, you're already a superstar, for the higher realms. And so, there's this, when we talk about perfection, we are perfect mountains already. We don't have to become someone else, something else. What we do, and again, it's returning back to remembering who we really are, which are powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit beings made of unconditional love. And when we realize that we are just these perfect mountains already, but what we're doing is we're coming down as humans and other beings and other dimensions and everything. We're wandering around this perfect mountain of who we are, discovering more about us and seeing ourselves from different perspectives. And it's beautiful because it's like Rumi says, we don't have to discover love, unconditional love. We just discover the barriers that we have built between us and seeing love, seeing the perfection, all these roles, kind of is like a screen, how it kind of, especially if it's thick things on a screen, it's hard to see through it. And we're removing the barriers and we're seeing the clarity of who we are. Yeah, so that is what they have for you. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So that is what they have for you. Many blessings there. And thank you again for all your donations. You are very welcome. Thank you for asking to connect to the creator or Jesus, because they were like, I want to speak, I want to speak. And I get to feel their energy and connect with, I get to channel them. And so I love that. All right. And then Rose. So this will be my last donation so far, and then I'll start free readings unless anyone else makes a donation. So let's give that some love there, Rose. Thank you again for your donation. And you want to know George's intentions and next actions. No contact. All right, let's take a look here. Actually, let me do this. So I just had a donation come through on Cash App. So you will be up next as soon as I look at that. Thank you guys so much. And thank you for the free readings. Thank you guys for your patience as I do move through these. Donations are how I live. So this helps me continue to do this. Otherwise, I'd be doing a full-time job and be exhausted and not be doing this hardly at all. So donations. And I will make sure to get through all the free readings. If I don't get through them in this session, I'll be on for a little less than an hour more. And if I don't get to a lot of the free readings, I will pop back on this afternoon after my praying mantis member session, and then also after I eat. All right. So let's take a look here, Rose. What's going on with Jorge, with George? What is going on here? What are their intentions and next actions? All right. So let's see what's going on here. So, what are their intentions first here? All right. And then next actions. All right. Well, I do feel like there's going to be swift movement coming here. The intentions here, you got the Ace of Cups, which is new love, happiness here. You have the King of Cups also, which offers the Ace of Cups. And, so there is this, there, this balancing of heart and mind with this individual. So they are someone that can communicate emotion, that can communicate, their thoughts as well. And we have the high priestess coming in here too. The high priestess is there's some hidden and unknown emotions that are flowing below the surface. So all of this emotional energy, I mean, two cups and the high priestess is very much, moon energy, which is a ton of emotion. So they've got all this bubbling below the surface, but they are have been hesitant in sharing it and bringing it forward, right? So it's like, interesting. It's like, so these are your intentions to share your love, but tick tock, mister. But here we go. Because the energy below the surface here, Sagittarius energy, which we're Sagittarius new moon coming up here. We're in Sagittarius season, but the 8 of Wands is one of the most flowing, fast movement of energy, sharing of passion too. That's coming in here. And you got the Knight of Wands, which is the fastest moving horse out of them all, the horse on fire. So the 8 of Wands and the Knight of Wands are two of the most, it's going to come out of nowhere. It's like, here it comes. So I feel like you're about to be sprung upon with this, I love you, or hey, I care about you, or emotion is about to be expressed. And we have the Chariot card too, which is a positive victory card. Let's see here. It's a positive victory card, and it is also about movement with it coming in. There is the power of choice that is with this. And so I feel like they've been going back and forth, trying to, they have this emotion that's flowing so deeply that they want to express. And, I kind of feel like they've had this bad run of relationships in the past where a lot of is it unrequited love? Is that what they call it? Where they love someone and they don't feel the same way back. And so I feel like they've felt embarrassed a lot in sharing their emotions about someone, and people going, "Oh, I'm sorry, I just feel like we're friends." And so they're really hesitant on sharing it, and they're looking for signs that you feel the same way before they will act on it. And I feel like it's not like they don't take subtle hints anymore, because they knew that they misconstrued subtle hints in the past. Because like, oh, that must mean they like me. And it's like, no, that just means that they're a nice person and that they gave everyone, a cake, that kind of thing. You were in a relationship. Oh, well. So I feel like they might be coming back because, with all of this energy, I feel like they've been holding all of this emotion. Well, that explains why they don't want to do that. If you're interested in being back with them, if you feel it's healthy to, um, I feel like they are going to try to get back with you. But I feel like their intentions are they have all this emotion and they want to, but now I understand why they're holding back. Because they're like, oh no, because if they don't want to be with me, oh, heartbreak. And so I feel like they're waiting to see if either they can't stand it anymore and they need to do it, or they're waiting on a sign from you as well. He ran. Run away, run away. But that makes, and I see where they had a lot of unrequited love in the past, and I mean, maybe were they fearing rejection? You know, um, it makes sense. They've got a lot of insecurities about love in like the kind of searching around in their heart to see what these things were, and you know it's like it there's like almost this, people are always going to leave me, people are always going to break up with me, and so if I sense that things aren't working well, then I need to run first, because you know so if things get rough or things get shaky, then it's like, okay, I'm out. I'd rather break up than be broken up with again. I'd rather reject before I get rejected. And you're like, but I wasn't going to reject you. So it's a self fulfilling prophecy, dude. So I feel like, if you truly want to be with them, I feel like if you reach out, or if you bump into them, or if you run in the same circles or whatever, if you know, give them the look of like, hey, call me, or whatever, that they would be like, really? But but that's up to you. And I feel like you said, I feel like it's gonna come out of nowhere. Or if they just can't take it anymore and they're like, wait. So that's what's coming in there. Again, on the bottom, the Eight of Wands, I feel like there's all this energy and passion. It's gonna come out of nowhere. The Sagittarius energy, this new moon is about new starts, which is on December 12th. Um, so you might check out the Sagittarius here. He's never expressed his emotions. Oh, wow. Yeah, I can see that he's expressed passion, right? But he's got all that emotion below the surface for sure. But here's the Sagittarius new moon. Has a pick a card in there too. What knowledge is rising from within you? There might be some, and look at the new moon wishes too. Regarding that, I feel like with that Sagittarius energy was really coming there. But yeah, I definitely feel with that Chariot card, they want to make movement, they want to move on the passion, and they got all this emotion that wants to be expressed. But like we said, there's a lot of fear there too. In this day and age, there's so much fear, right? Till we deal with it. But so that's what they have for you right now, Rose. Hopefully that helps. So many blessings to you. And again, thank you for your donation. All right. And Majestic Love, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. You're very welcome, Rose. So you want to know, what are Robert's current feelings, and is he missing you at all? What's that song? Oh, that song is I Ain't Missing You at All. Who was that? Steve Perry? I'm bad at artist names, so if that's wrong, but I ain't missing you at all. I don't know if that's them. Anyway, let's take a look here and see what's going on with Roberto. And I'm converting everyone's names into Spanish today. I don't know why. It's the Guatemalanus. Let's see here. What is truly Robert's current feelings, and is he missing you? All right. Well, the bottom of the deck here, the energy, we have the Ace of Coins and the 10 of Coins. I'm not sorry, the Palace. You have the Ace of Coins down here. That's why I've seen it. But this is I guess it is the Ace of Coins, but it comes to the Palace of Coins. Both of this energy, this is all about the coin, about the outside world. And, when we're looking at this, I feel like this is answering if the missing piece, are they missing you? I feel like they're so absorbed in new things unfolding in the outside world, not necessarily relationships, but, I feel like there's this, you know, um, just a lot of focused on coin and outside world getting things sorted in their life. I feel they're very distracted by everything going on out here. Let's see what these other cards are here. And the Four of Coins. Focused on home, focusing on stability in the outside world. Are they all about the money, money, money? Let's see what else we have here. So we have the Two of Swords, and there is battling between the heart and the mind. So this does show that there are some emotions battling with their mind. The emotions going, so the heart is going, I miss them, and the mind's going, yeah, 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 but we got stuff to do out here. And so it's like their heart is in solitary confinement in a kennel, in a uh, what is it, a soundproof room, so it can't be heard of. He's materialistic, yeah. Definitely those 4 cards are we're definitely telling us that. So thank you for the confirmation there, because it's like, wow, that's a lot. Really trying to feel safe in their outside world, and trying to, do all of this, thing, formation of stuff. Um, got the Temperance card, which is patience and slow movement of things going on here. Um, Not that he's slow. We had the Six of Wands too, which was equal passion coming in here with all of this. Um, so I do feel like when we're asking about current feelings, I feel like feelings are muted. It's like, no, it's strictly only captions that are playing. So the mind is doing it. They're not feeling the emotion or the mood music of the movie and everything. It's silent. And so their heart is quiet. And I feel like they're, the tempering is going back and forth. And especially with the Two of Swords and the Temperance, there's this back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And they do miss the passion and the emotion, but the heart isn't allowed to speak about it right now. Has become Voldemort. Emotions that shall not be named. uh Too funny. Your spirit guides are funny. I love this energy. It is very Sagittarius energy going on. It must be picking up the new moon energy. But so, you know, they're just their feelings are muted. Their heart does miss you, because that's like the underlying message of all this going back and forth in the battle between the heart and the mind. And the mind was like, go to your room. We're not talking right now. Not until you can, behave. So it's sending the heart into solitary confinement for now. And they are focused on the outside world. So that's what's coming in. So hopefully that helps, Majestic Love. I just feel, wow, what a complicated, we'll take what a complex individual they are. You are very welcome, and thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. So I think that was it for my donations right now. Hey, Saima Khan, thank you for being a new subscriber. So I'm going to be on for about 30 more minutes, and I will begin here with the free readings at 12:23 my time. And I'm going to use this beautiful deck. And for those of you that I don't get to in this one, because I don't think I'm going to get to everyone in 30 minutes, after this at about 12:55, I'm going to bug out and go to my praying mantis member session for about an hour or so. Then I'm going to eat, and then I think that's everything that I have to do, and then I'll be back to finish up the free readings this afternoon. So we'll see it in here. But this is the deck I'm going to use. It's a beautiful Santa Muerta deck, tarot deck for the free readings. And if you do want your reading prioritized, then a donation of any kind will, I'll move it up and I'll go deeper into those. For the free readings, I usually pull 1 or 2 cards for those readings. So if you don't want to wait to this afternoon, you can make a donation in the meantime. Otherwise, I'll try to get through as many free readings here. All right. So Happy Pill, you are up first. So December reading. Let's take a look here. Get these cards activated and take a drink here. All right. So, what does Spirit want you to know about this? What's remaining of this little December that we have left here, right? Can't believe it's December 10th. Gonna be the new year before we know it, right? All right. So they do want that one in the bottom of the deck here. So you got, all right. So you've got two nines here. So there is a bit of a hermit journey that's going on here in December. Spirit asking you to come back here, and I love how the glare is making that shine bright. It's connecting with your higher self. The 9 of cups, connecting to this higher love from within as you connect with the spirit world, allows you to fill up and overflow out to the world. And there is this great opportunity here. Even you have the page of cups underneath too, which is the higher love, the chalice, the holy grail. And so the rest of December is, there's such a great opportunity. It's like spirit is inviting you into some alone time with them and connecting with them so you could feel the love from above, where you can feel this love you've been searching for all your life and fill up this chalice where it's eternal, unconditional love. And it's what our soul so hungry for. It's looking for it in the outside world because we're told to, but it always falls short because it can't. It's conditional love in the outside world, mostly, unless you come across an ascended master, which they're not walking around a whole lot these days. So it's turning inward and upward and finding this beautiful, unconditional love that allows you to fill up and overflow out to the world. And it transforms the love you're experiencing. Instead of the outside world and love falling short, instead what people give is above and beyond extra. So you move from this place of lack of love to this abundance and overflow of love. So definitely, however you connect with spirit, they're inviting you on a special, it's like a special type of um, upgrade, enhancement of love for you for the remainder of December. And it's just getting away with spirit, getting out into nature, getting away from all the chaos and the noise can help you with that. So that's what's coming in for you, Happy Peel, and many blessings to you. All right. So, Magician, you'll be up next for the next free reading. I do have a donation that came in. Hey, Dune, let me give that some love there. Thank you so much for your donation. Anyone in general for next week? Let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know about next week? I'm going to jump back to the Tarot of Dreams here for my donation readings. Let's take a look here. What do you want Dune to know about next week? All right. So I do want that one, but I knew there was this one and come on, this one and that one they wanted, and then these two are kind of like an outcome. So you got 222. All right. And okay, wow, boom, boom, boom. So you've got the Magician and the Page of Wands coming in here, which is really this next week is about stepping into your power, being aware of where you're investing your energy and where you're putting your focus there. Sorry, I know that's really bright there. There we go. A little better. You can see it. The Magician, all this beautiful light shining down upon everything, all of your abilities, all that you're able to do. And I like this. It is this focus on where you are focusing your energy, this emphasis on where you're focusing your energy, because when we're focusing on what we're grateful for, what we are unconditional love and joy and higher vibrational things, we draw in higher vibrational things. And when we focus our magic wand and our energy into focus on what we're missing, what we hate, what we fear will leave our lives or not come into our lives, or fear what will leave our lives, or those fears, we grow that instead. Like a little kid going into a donut shop, when they point at the donut they hate, they get dozens of it, and you're like, bleh. And they're like, well, point at what you love, and you get dozens of that instead. And so there's this big, with the Magician and the Page of Wands coming in together side by side, there's this message of next week is a big week of fast manifestation. Whatever you focus on, you draw quickly to you, whether it's lower vibrational or higher vibrational. So be aware of that. You also have the Emperor along with the Ace of Cups. And the Emperor, I love all the brightness here, because the Emperor is about Aries energy and new beginnings and stepping forward here. And, the Emperor gets a lot of advice from people, but the Emperor energy is about, okay, I'm going to choose what I want, not what everyone else is telling me I should. And they had this new beginning, this new spark of putting form around what they want. And with this, they're like saying here, when you're making these choices, make sure to keep your heart in um, as your advisor. Okay. Yeah. Because they were showing me everyone else leaves the room and then your heart steps up and they're the one that are advising you saying, this is what I would really like with our life. This is where I'd really like to head. And it's truly, it's not, it's sometimes we think, oh, I'm listening to my heart. And it's like, no, it's the mind going, no, the heart is saying this. It's like, no, it's not. Let me follow my heart. Quiet the mind. Connect with your heart here because you have this Palace of Wands, which is unique to this deck. And the Palace of Wands is about creating a safe space to express the passion that you want for your life here. The Knight of Coins is allowing things to unfold and it takes its time. But this is also on a quest for their worth and their self worth and how they relate their worth to the outside world. And that's what happens is the all the people advising us are telling us of like, oh, if you want to be successful and you want all this stuff, this is what it means to be successful. And here's this long list of rules, and you're like, okay, and but our heart isn't given a opportunity to speak. And this is saying that it's a great week here, especially with all this manifestation energy. It's to, ask your heart, allow your heart to have a seat at the table and go, what would you like? Instead of me, ordering for you. It's like, what would you like me to order for you? It's like going to a restaurant with, your heart is the mind is always ordering for the heart. And the heart is like, why do you always order me mac and cheese? I would really like some lasagna. It's like, I didn't know. And so the heart wants to speak. The heart wants to have that expressed there. So that is what they have for you right now, Dune. So hopefully that helps with what's coming here forward. But yeah, just ask your heart, spend some time connecting with your heart and go, what would make you happy? And let's put some energy towards that next week. All right, and that's what they have for you, Dune. So many blessings to you. And again, thank you for your donation. And then I had another donation come in. Thank you so much. And celebrating your first super chat. Hey, thank you so much for that. Let me give that some love there. Thank you for allowing me to be your first one here. So Alison of Hicks, what does your partner have planned for you for Christmas? Ooh, let's see what they want you to know here because maybe it's a surprise, but let's take a look. And see what they'll reveal here for you without ruining the surprise here for you. All right. Well, you definitely have the Queen of Coins. Queen of Coins is abundance and newness and abundance. So they definitely have something nice planned for you. So we like that. We have the King of Cups. And I like this too because I feel like um, the King of Cups, they roll over emotion, but all the kings are given a second portion of air and mind. And so I feel like, you know, they are it's going to be something heartfelt and something they've thought about, instead of it being here's a gift card, or they get you something and you're like, wow, it's like you don't even know me at all. I feel like this year they're really giving you something that's really heartfelt and like what you're looking for, because you do have the world card, which is about abundance and victory, but an ending of old cycles and the beginning of new ones. So I feel like in the past maybe they didn't quite you know get you what you would have really wanted, but I feel like this year they do because we've got here the Queen of Swords is the balancing of the heart and mind. So this is the counterpart here of the King of Cups. And I know it doesn't seem like it, but the king rules over emotion and has sword energy underneath, and the Queen of Swords has sword energy up front, but cup energy underneath. So even though it doesn't look like people can, like they would get one another, underneath they can relate to one another. And that's what I like. And the Seven of Swords is this, um, where we might have felt like things were stolen from us in the past and opportunities. I feel like this is a beautiful balancing of things now where it's like, wow, you really went all out this year to really make sure it was something that I would love. And I like this for you. So there we go. Boom, boom, boom. So I'm excited. And I feel like you would probably know what that is, but it just feels very, yeah, it's an ending and a new beginning. So I like this. It's going to be different from all other Christmases. So there we go. Happy, Merry Christmas to you. And thank you again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Too funny. All right. Okay, so we are scrolling back up to the top. So we had left off with Magician. And you want to know what is the new year bringing for you? Let's take a look here. Let me go back to our Las Muertas, Dos Muertas. All right. Give this another shuffle and let's see what we got going on here. So, what is the new year bringing for you? What does Spirit want you to know? How often do you get the magician card? Magician? And you have the 10 of wands too. So you have the 10 of wands and the magician, which is, this beautiful energy of super focus and I love that. The 10 of wands is like, you know, this year you've really feel like it's been a busy year for you and you have your energy going in a lot of different directions. And I feel like the new year brings in is clarification and clarity about what is truly important and not just urgent, and your things are completing and you're realizing areas of your life that you don't want to be investing energy in, even mentally and emotionally, some old emotional beliefs and mental beliefs, emotions from the past. I feel like you're doing some release of stuff where you're getting energy back. It's kind of like they're showing me the shamans, how they will go into past where you had events in your past where pieces of yourself were left. It's like you're retaining and you're getting back this energy. And then the energy you were investing in things in the physical world and relationships and jobs and, tasks and everything, that you're bringing stuff back. Again, things are completing. Other things you're realizing they were presenting themselves as urgent, but they're not important. And I feel like this next year, you're really getting control of your energy. You're truly stepping into your magician power in such a heightened way that, instead of having like 10 of wands is like 10 things moving one space and then one space, right? Versus one thing going 10 spaces and then 10 spaces. It's very fast movement as you adjust this energy in your life. So I like it. A lot of progress. I feel like you've been starting to do this a little bit, but it really the rest of December into January, maybe even into February, you're really starting to do this where I feel like in spring, um, like around March 21st, 22nd, when the spring equinox is, that this is when you spring forward, at least in the northern hemisphere, that's the spring equinox. It's fall too, so it's letting stuff go and springing into new things and jumping forward because of all this alteration you've made over the next 2 to 3 months. So I like that for you, magician, and that's what they have for you right now. Okay, I love that you got yourself. So many blessings. All right. And then Grace 1111. You wanted a general reading. Let's see what Spirit has for you. What do they want you to know right now? All right. So I give you 3 cups. And I like this here because there is this beautiful movement of emotion here. The Knight of Cups is movement in pursuit of the Ace of Cups. So there's this movement, and it's the movement away. You can see how they're riding away through this portal. And the Three of Swords is like, this is heartache, heartbreak, disappointments. And I feel like you've had enough of feeling the sadsies or the disappointment or the heartbreak and the fears. You're just like, okay, you know what, there's nothing wrong with feeling them. We come down here to experience them, but at some point we're like, I've rode this roller coaster 100 times. I'm bored with it. I want to do something else. And I feel this is what is happening. And you're ready for this higher love, both within yourself, but you're also ready for new love to come in from the outside world. But I feel like you have been, like, it's almost like you've been journaling about your pain. You've been releasing it. You've been transforming it. So it's not like you just been sitting in it, um, stagnant water. You've been looking at it and questioning it and understanding it. Now you're ready, like, okay, I've done enough. I'm ready to release this and I'm ready for something new. I'm ready for a new ride in this giant amusement park of fear rides. I'm ready for some new experiences. And I'd like this for you. And here it comes. So that is what they have for you, Grace. So kudos for you doing that inner work and transforming those emotions. And you do have new experiences headed your way. So many blessings. And then soul searching vibe. You are up next. You'd like a spirit message. Let's take a look here. What does spirit want you to know right now? What is their message to you here? All right. All right. So you have Santa Muerta themselves, which is death and rebirth, and the Nine of Pentacles. The nine is like the hermit's journey, and the Nine of Pentacles is you finding like this new way of looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world. And spirit is with you in the garden, but you've been kind of discovering this independence and this new beginning, this death and rebirth that's happening here is this opening up of things. And I like this for you because it's like I don't know, it's like a fresh start or it's a new birth. It's like you're seeing the world through different eyes now because you've been going through this inner reflection and maybe you have distanced yourself physically from a lot of people in the world for a while, and you've learned to enjoy your alone time, but also that you don't depend on other people to define you. And so this urgency to what people will think and the people pleasing and the drive to obtain all this stuff in the outside world, I feel like you've really had this huge change and switch and shift that has, you were at like this, place already, but I feel like you've enhanced it and it's just changing. It's just like something switched. And it's this new birth. And I feel like the hermit time is over. I feel like you're venturing more out but you're being more selective on whose energy you're around and what you're investing your energy in. And I like this. It's like it feels like this celebration, but it also feels like this acknowledgement so that you're like, okay, I'm not crazy. Well, I'm not licensed practitioner. Read the disclaimer. I'm not a licensed counselor. I cannot determine if you're crazy or not. But what you were thinking, you're right on the money. So that's what they have for you, soul searching vibes. So many blessings to you as we continue moving down the list here. And Marie Jones, hello, hello. Want a career reading for next week? Absolutely. Let's take a look here. See, what does Spirit want you to know about your career next week? All right. Anything else? All right. All right. So it looks like the week starts out with a little bit of conflict, but it's okay because the Ace of Swords is what solves the conflict here. And so when you're looking at career and you're looking at this, could be conflict inside of you between your heart and your mind, or it can be conflict externally among people that are, um, you know, uh, included with your career. But when you look at the 5 of swords, it's usually 2 swords here, and then the ace of swords, which is they're balancing out, and it's kind of stepping in with this little fencing competition that's going on. And you got the ace of swords. So it's reiterating that as you see things from a higher perspective, you gain clarity around things. And when we're caught up into our fears, the small t truths that are rooted in fears, which sound like supposed to and should and need to and have to and must and blah blah blah, all these opinions that we were given to our brain about what career should be, what should happen in the world, who people should be, who we should be, all that. Our small t truths are not aligned with everyone else. I don't know if you know this. I'm sure you do. Because that's why we have battles. That's why we have conflict, because we've got this battling going on between we're trying to prove that our small t truths are more true than other people's small t truths, and vice versa. That's why we battle, because no, I'm right. No, I'm right. Blah, blah, blah. But when we connect to the capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love from above, and we see the truth of things, and we see how humans work, and we understand the fears, and we understand what's going on, then we don't care so much about defending our small t truths, because we see them for the lies that they are, the illusion that they are, and we allow everyone can believe their own illusion. We're focusing on seeing things from a higher perspective, which was what brings in the peace of things. And someone's like, "Oh, wow, the sky is green." And you're like, "Oh, cool. What shade of green is it for you?" "Oh, cool." They're like, "Don't you agree?" And you're like, "You know what? I don't have an opinion on it." And they're like, "Okay." And you're like, "I'm just focusing on finding my higher truth right now." They're like, "Oh, okay." And there's no battle. And so I like this. Whatever this conflict is, I feel like you seeing things from a higher perspective is what just helps it be a smooth sailing week, where it might have been a week of battles going on. So that's what's coming in there for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And then a Jushri Dubay be my next free reading up. I do have a donation that came in. Thank you so much, Brenda, for your donation. I appreciate that. I don't think I saw a question earlier, so you're probably going to put it there. For everyone else, I'm only going to be on for about 8 more minutes, and but I will come back. And so, of course, you to have commented on the in the chat, you have to be a subscriber. But if you go into your notification settings and have all set, then you'll be notified when I come back on later this afternoon to complete out the free readings. I will also, in this video, post a link to it. And then in a moment here too, I'll be taking screenshots of the chat, and that's when I come back on, I'll go in order of the chat. And after I'm done with that video, I also will pin a comment on that video of the order in which I gave the readings too. So there you go. All right. Hey, Brenda, thank you so much. So you would like to ask about Adrian. Not sure if you should trust him, and there's a possibility that can have a serious love relationship. Sure. Let's take a look here. See what spirit wants you to know about Adrian. is is there trustworthiness there? Of course, with every human, when humans go into fear, they do stupid stuff. But let's take a look here. Um, let's see what we got here. Yeah. The underlying energy is the 3 of Cups, which is third party kind of situational type of energy here. But let's see what else comes in here, because I want to see if they've actually, the heart might want more than one person. It might be attracted to more than one person. You know, and let me see as we look through these cards if this is, you know, something that they're active in, or if it's something that they're deciding. Sometimes they're like, well, they're interested in 2 people and they're deciding. And sometimes it means They are like, "Why not? Why have to choose? I can have both," you know? And that's what we wanna look at here. Um, so we do have the Page of Coins and the Three of Coins. In the Page of Coins, you know, this is about new opportunities, new sense of worth in relationship to the outside world that comes in with this relationship with them too. The Three of Coins is about you being true to your authentic self and not feeling like you have to change or be someone different, you know, for them. You know, sometimes we can get caught into the thinking that I need to be who I think that they think I should be, and we have no idea. Um, but be true to your authentic self and don't try to switch and be different. So I feel like this is an opportunity for you to stand your ground and be you. And this is reinforced here with this Eight of Coins on the Devil card, which the Eight of Coins shows this is about learning and movement. You're learning about these things, and what you're learning is this Saturn Capricorn energy here, which is about you know, we're learning about what cage we have our heart in, right? These fears, these supposed to be's, these should be's, these need to be's, these have to be's, these must be's that are there. Um and I feel like you learn a lot going through this, you know, and that's what I feel like. It's like they're not like your life partner, they're more of a lesson. That sounds bad. You're like, oh hell no. but but I do feel like it is. It's, you know, there's choice between two people, two things in the outside world. There, and but this is also about balancing energy, because the queen balances the heart and the mind. The hermit is about balancing in the outside world. And the hermit is about making sure to take your alone time, connect to the spirit world, because you're learning so much about balancing the heart and the mind as this is coming in here. I feel like this is not the first time. It's like you're, you know, how we take class 101 and then 201 and 301. I feel like you're in class 301 where you're like, well, I've been through similar situations, and I feel like there's a big finalization of things coming through here for this. And I almost feel like this, you feel like, um, you know, I'm drawing someone in like I normally draw in, if that makes sense. Because you've got the King of Swords who is all about clarity, and the Palace of Cups is about creating a safe space for you to express your emotions. And the swords, and this is about higher education. Again, it feels like there's this, you know, energy of moving above and learning and growing and expanding through this. So I don't feel like they've made a decision. I feel like they're interested in at least you and someone else, and they haven't decided. And this, can I have a serious love relationship with them? I would say no, because that feels like a lesson more than a long-term relationship. I feel like you will learn a lot through your interactions with them, but I feel like you just have no expectations on them. Enjoy it for what it is. What do you learn as you're going through it, knowing that it's not going to go deeply somewhere because they don't have that to offer. Um, but I feel like you learn a lot about yourself through these next few weeks that does take you to a new place to where you can. That's like you're raising your love vibration. You're not doing things like you've done it before, and you're changing, you know, and going into a different vibration of love and drawing someone in. So that is what they have for you, Brenda. Hopefully that helps. But they're definitely not an accident or a mistake. It's just part of your what you've asked. It's like a mirror that you wanted to have so you could learn about yourself, but it's not like a long-term thingy. So that's what's coming in. All right. Hey, Sudeshni. I will try to get to yours here. I've only got a couple minutes. I'm headed off. Um, But if I do not get to you in this session, when I come back, you will be number one. I'm just gonna grab your question there. Um, and then for everyone else, just before I be heading off here, I wanted to make sure everyone knows we have a Sagittarius new moon coming up here on 12/12, the 12/12 portal. And so here is how you can make the most of your new moon wishes. And you also, there's a pick a card about what new knowledge is rising from within you. And if you haven't checked out my announcement of the November winners, here's a link to that video. Plus, in the video, it talks about how you can get into a drawing for a chance to win a 30-minute past life reading. I know I'm now offering past life readings to the public. And here's the video that talks about what comes with a past life reading. And they're all half off. Introductory price for the rest of this month. A 30-minute is $10, 10 US dollars. And our past life reading is $25. So if you're interested, check out the videos there. Like I said, I will be back on later this afternoon to complete out the free readings. Oops, that's right. I got to grab the screenshots here. So let's see. We had left off, and Jushri, you were going to be the next free reading. So I did not get you there. Let me just expand this so I can get bigger pictures here. And like I said, I will perform the readings in order, first come, first serve, through this chat that I'm taking screenshots of right now, except for because I'm probably not going to get to the donation that was just made. So apologies for you having to wait a little bit, but you will be first when I return. So let me just take a look here. Right. So I completed those. Just want to take a picture of that. And thank you guys so much too for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It does help spread the Zen love. So thank you guys. It's something you can do for free, and the YouTube algorithm does love it. So don't think it's a small thing. I definitely do appreciate um, all of those that you guys give. So thank you so much. And let's see, I think I left up here. Let me just grab all this. That way I'll make sure I don't miss anyone. And I got you in there, Needy. So we will get you in there too when I return. So, all right. So I take in pictures. So thank you guys again. And sorry, Sudeshni, I have run out of time for this one, but you will be first when I come back this afternoon. All right. So please know, everyone, as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are truly unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So enjoy the rest of your day and the rest of your evening, wherever you're at in the world. And we'll see you soon. Till then, much love to you. You hang in there. You guys take care. And Noor, I think you already had yours. Yeah, yours was up here already. So looks like you entered it a couple times. So I got you. And we'll grab that when we return. All right, everybody. Many blessings to you. Thank you for the love.